Hello, friends. Today's topic, the most dangerous words ever spoken on a ship. I have been doing this for last 12 years. Chief CPA is reducing. The voice broke the silence on the bridge. It's 0315 hours. Heavy rain, restricted visibility, inbound traffic lane approaching. The vessel was 4 hours from pilot boarding. The radar screens glowed in the darkness. Outside, the sea was invisible. Inside, the bridge felt calm. Too calm. The chief officer glanced briefly at the screen, then returned to his coffee. Don't worry, I have seen this before. The young second officer nodded, but something felt wrong. Not dangerous, not yet, just different. 10 minutes passed. The rain intensified. Traffic density increased. The second officer checked the display again. The number were changing slowly, quietly. The kind of change people notice only when it becomes a problem. He spoke up again. Chief, should we review this target once more? The response came immediately. Relax. I have been doing this for 25 years. The conversation ended, or at least it should have. But the master had been listening, not speaking, listening, watching the radar, the officer, the decision, the assumptions, because sometimes the greatest risk on the ship is not lack of experience, it is overconfidence created by experience. A few minutes later, the pilot station called. Nearby vessel had altered course unexpectedly. The traffic picture changed instantly. The small concern raised earlier was no longer small. Now it mattered. The master stepped forward calmly. No criticism, no blame, no raised voice. He looked at the second officer. Show me exactly what you saw. The young officer explained. The bridge team gathered around. Questions followed. Information surfaced. Assumptions were challenged. The route was adjusted. Risk reduced. Situation controlled. Problem avoided. An incident report never had to be written. A near miss never had to be an accident. And nobody outside the bridge would ever know how close the vessel came to making the wrong decision. The rain eventually stopped. Traffic eased. The vessel continued safety toward port. The pressure had passed, but the lesson remained. The chief officer stared at the radar, then quietly admitted, I almost ignored that. The master nodded. Then said something every officer on the bridge would remember for years. Experience is valuable, but experience becomes dangerous the moment it stops learning. Silence. Only the sound of radar scanning, turning. The sea does not care how many years you have sailed. Technology does not care how many certificates you hold. The future does not care what worked 10 years ago. Ship change, regulation change, cargo change, navigation system change. Artificial intelligence is entering shipping. Digitalization is transforming operations. The industry keep moving. The question is not how much do you know? The real question is how quickly can you learn what comes next? Because the officer who thrives tomorrow will not be those who know everything. They will be those who never stop asking questions, never stop learning, never stop teaching, never stop adapting. The most dangerous officer on board is not the least experienced. It is the one who believes there is nothing left to learn. And the safest officer? The one who remains a student long after becoming an expert. That is how maritime professionals stay relevant. That is how careers survive change. And that is how good officers become great leaders. Not through experience alone, but through continuous learning. Every voyage, every port, every day. Because in shipping, the future belongs to those who learn faster than change. Thank you.